So this is just a short video to show kind of how these work and how they go together. So these print in 2 pieces and the head pops on, and I've had a few like little doll things I've made a few times, kind of the same design. So the head prints separately and then it just pops on, snaps on. It's not intended to be removed anymore after you put it on, so make sure you really want it on. So these, basically the body and the head, and then the mittens. And it's hard to see because this one's been assembled, but there's holes here that go through and a little opening here to the tunnel. So you're going to use pipe cleaners. If you use the regular kind, the thinner ones, you're going to like loop them by 3. So there's 3 of them here. And I'm going to make a little tutorial on how like best to put those together to make them look nicer, but I don't have it made just yet. But you're going to have 3 of those for each arm, and then the mittens print separately, and you're just going to glue those onto the end of the arms. So that's how it's assembled. It's very simple, but you absolutely need pipe cleaners. It's intended to be used with pipe cleaners. Now there's pipe cleaners that are made that are thicker. You see this one here. I've just used one of them. This is a 10mm pipe cleaner. They're a little hard to find. I got this one on AliExpress, and I'm going to put a link to it because it is hard to find. Not too many people sell them. They come in 1 meter or 1 yard chunks, so even the one of them's like $250 US. It's going to last you for quite a lot of these little dolls. Now the hats are 3D printable. I have 2 main styles of hats, like a little flat top hat and a little top hat. And you can print it whatever size. You want a little one, you want a big one. And then the other hats are more like the traditional snow baby hats, these little tapered hats. You're going to make them out of cloth, felt. This one's made out of actual velvet I had in pipe cleaners. This one's actually made out of foam, like the craft foam. This is actually really easy to work with. I'm going to have a pattern for that. I've already made the pattern. I'm going to actually make it 3D printable, so you can just print one, like it'll be like 1mm thick, and so you'll have like a little template. I also have made a pattern for the little dress or coat. Well, I guess it's a coat. The original ones had those, and I really wanted to be able to add a little coat again. So the coat's a little different than the original ones. I don't have sleeves for it nor a collar, but I still think it works pretty well. And it's very simple to make. I've already made the pattern for it. Again, I just have to get it, get a 3D model of it and put it up for you guys. Basically, you can embellish these, add anything you want. I mean, I use pipe cleaners a lot for different aspects. On this one, I even used it as the collar. Pipe cleaners here were used to make earmuffs. That was cute. On this one, I used some trim and little pom-poms. I trimmed the pom-poms on one side to try to make them a little more flat. Now you notice there's some different sizes and some variations. So these are, you know, early models, finished ones. This is a finished model, and this was an early model. So the difference is the nose size, the mitten size. I think that's it, actually. Now, when it comes to the mouth, you can put it in or not put it in. I think it actually looks really cute without anything in it. I'm trying to think anything else different. I do have 2 larger ones here. These are printed at 120, so a little bigger. Now, I have small hands, so keep that in mind when you're thinking about how big these are. I'll put the actual measurements up on the description, but the original snow babies are tiny, and they're meant to be small. So I wanted to kind of stay with that, and I had to make the nose bigger because printing a nose that small is not reasonable. That nose there is actually a pearl bead, a flat back. Those look really, really cute, but you can print one too, and you could also put a little pearl paint on it if you really wanted a pearl look and didn't have pearls, or pearl pigment, or I mean, they sell nail polish that's pearly, so you know you could find something. I use little pom-poms there, some sequins, some ribbon, little tiny bells, a sequin flower, a little fake flower glued. Really, you can get really creative with these. So, you know, whoop, that one's bald now. Uh, you know, whatever you like. The really highly customizable. A little sash. You know, I got kind of distracted just making a bunch of these. Yeah, so there you go.